I'm just here back to a new regular show review. And if y'all didn't see the last one, go and check it out. And we're back with the next 2 episodes of season 5 of regular show. And yeah, we start with another good one. And it starts with Benson and Rigby and Mordecai going into Mr. Miller's house. You know, the boss of them, or Benson, and Pops' dad. They go to his mansion and to deliver some stuff. And yeah, see this cool TV and this aquarium behind it. And of course, Benson is telling him not to touch anything. And yeah, right after he says don't touch anything, he sees this cool museum area and sees this guitar, which is signed by a band that he really loved, that Benson really loved. And just apparently he was part of with them as well, like just showing how big of a fan he was. And yeah, he even touches the guitar, gets it out of the case right after telling Mordecai and Rigby, don't touch anything. And yeah, he ends up breaking it as well. And of course, Rigby and Mordecai come in saying that of how he managed to break it. And he's like, What did you tell us about not touching anything?" And yeah, of course, he then saying of how he's going to get fired for sure if he doesn't get killed first. Then, of course, he then tells Mordecai and Rigby that he needs their help because, you know, they're always messing up stuff and manage to, you know, get away with stuff and for the good. So, yeah, they agree to help him before Mailer manages to find out. And yeah, they're having to go to the computer, and they actually find out that there's actually a concert, but tickets are sold out. Which then they go to Muscle Man, which he says that he does know a guy, which Muscle Man knows a lot of guys, but that owes him a favor. And yeah, he's just doing this steak. And yeah, again, going over to the guy which owes him one. And yeah, sees the guitar player and saying that he'll give him an autograph when he gets done. But not too soon after, when Benson is just saying of how great he is, yeah, the news breaks out that he ends up dead. Yeah, that guitar that guitar player that they were just talking to ended up just falling dead, like right off the stage. And then they go to Des himself, and again, the other way that they're going to be able to get a signed autograph, and of course, telling them that they're going to need some cool, you know, band names, guitar names, and yeah, they go into the underworld, this rock and roll underworld, and yeah, they end up on the list on their names, and then he tells them that they cannot say of who they really are, or they'll be here forever. Which, of course, yeah, Benson is not liking the sound of that. Which, yeah, they say all these different guitar players, guitar band members that died in the past, and seeing the guy that just died that they were trying to get the autograph for, and he says that he'll give him an autograph if he just finds a pen. Which, yeah, they try to they're going to think of asking the guy at the front, but of course that's not a good idea. But of course, that's their only chance. So yeah, Benson tries to distract them while they try to take the pen. And yeah, of course, they get caught and they're having to prove themselves by doing a song, which of course they are called out of being not actual band members. And yeah, Benson ends up and them getting up into this, almost going into this vortex and getting the autograph signed as well. And yeah, getting them out of there. And yeah, they managed to get out and put the guitar back and thanking them as well. Which then they say the boss come, and yeah, he ends up destroying the guitar himself. Like, really, after all that, he ends up destroying the guitar. Then we go to the next episode of this review, and this is probably, I can just say, one of my favorites, absolute favorites of not only season 5 but of the show as well. Like, it's so good and very emotional feeling as well, especially with it revolving around Skips and Mona, right? That Mona character as well, and a bit more of history as well, backstory on Skips and how he became Skips and immortal as well. And yeah, it starts with Mordecai and Rigby putting on some tiles onto the roof with Skips, and yeah, doing some lunch, which, yeah, of course, Rigby's ends up going to the ground. And yeah, of course, they're wanting to know about, like, how he became immortal, right? They're wanting to know how he became immortal. And of course, he's like, you wouldn't really want to know how I became immortal. But he tells them the story. And yeah, we see him in high school, which again, he was Walks, back when he was still called Walks. And yeah, again, seeing some of the characters that we see presently now. You know, one of the guys in space, one of the ancient mortals, right? One of his friends, see him in high school as well, and see all these different people, and there's all these different, like, act, all these different people as well, like cheerleaders and stuff, which is pretty funny. And we also see those immortal baby, space babies as well, which is really cool. Like, yeah, it just shows how long Skips has been around. And also this evil like one as well, picking on everybody. And yeah, trying to pick a fight with Walks, aka, you know, Skips. But again, this is still when in this backstory, this story that Skips is talking about when he was still Walks. And again, the guy that is a lot like Benson tells him what is going on, and yeah, him going to lunch, and then he sees the woman of his life, the only woman that he ever loved, Mona. And again, it's very sweet though with these two. And yeah, of course they're talking about their plan with the whole fight and using the fist, which we've seen these fists before. And of course he ends up leaving because he does not like when seeing, you know, a fight go down. Which then, yeah, wanting to get to know each other a bit more. And of course, them laughing with each other. And yeah, them really hitting it off of what it seems too. And yeah, of course, that guy coming back again. And yeah, he's like, I'm not going to fight you. And yeah, end up having a date as well. And yeah, of course, Rigby not liking this part of the story. And yeah, of course, that guy is able to just go and mess around with everybody because Walks won't be able to, can't do anything. And of course, he doesn't want Mona to find out either, right? And of course, he doesn't want to get kicked out of the school. And yeah, they're going to be working on the gloves because he agrees to do the whole fight without her knowing. And yeah, end up having some time with each other. And yeah, just going back and forth between. And yeah, they end up skipping as well. Skips or Walks and Mona end up skipping. And again, that's where he gets his name Skips. That it will also, of course, say. And even giving her a present, which is one of those have the pictures inside. And of course, the guy that's like Benson is telling of it, they have somewhere to go to their class, and wondering if they would go to the prom. Yeah, which is very sweet as well. And then, of course, the fight is set for Saturday at 8 p.m., same time as prom. Will you attend? And of course, he's like, dude, that is the worst time. Because again, he just said if if Mona would go to the prom with him, like literally, that is the worst time. And yeah, then sees Mona's dad and see Mona dressed all nice like as well. And yeah, they get to the prom and really nice looking too. And of course, just worried about the time, you know, with that whole fight. And yeah, trying to make an excuse on going to the bathroom, but of course it doesn't work. And but they still have a good time on dancing as well. And of course, that guy is being impatient. And yeah, of course, the other guy's trying to get the attention, but it doesn't end up working. And yeah, Mona is like, "Are you sure that you're?" Or notices that he's distracted with something. And yeah, that guy ends up coming and picking a fight as well. Which yeah, this guy, I'm surprised he's not even literally expelled out of this school. And yeah, Wilkes tries to punch him, but it doesn't work. But then gives him the gloves, and he's got this weapon of his own, which then Mona ends up getting crushed. Yeah, literally getting crushed. And Wilkes gets the gloves and ends up defeating him as well. And all that remained that they managed to dig up was the present that he gave Mona. And again, to see him crying as tearing as well. Like, yeah. And it took him years, that he said. Took him years onto recovering from it. And then years after, when they were talking about how that guy that he defeated will be coming back years and years and years from now to Earth, and wondering if he'll fight him again when he returns, and when this is when he becomes immortal as well, and saying about his no name, and we get a flashback. Again, he then remembers skipping with Mona, and he says, "My new name will be Skips." He changes his name to Skips, and that's when he becomes immortal. And yeah, of course, Rigby and Mordecai are all touched as well. And yep, Skips then pulls out what the remains of Mona as well. Like I just felt very emotional on this part. I just felt very emotional with that part. And of course, him tearing up as well, and then him going back working on the roof. A very touching episode, I will say, regarding Skips. But yeah, and definitely really good episodes here. I'd like to know what y'all think. Catch you next one.